60-mile-an-hour winds, torrential downpours, numerous lightning strikes, and that will stay the case. Let's tilt this up just a little bit. Let's turn the lightning on. We'll take a three-dimensional view of the radar right now, and as we take that three-dimensional view of the radar, we're still getting some lightning strikes, not as numerous as what we saw about 15 minutes ago, but still some lightning strikes around Joshua, and you can see these white lines. That's the lightning strikes that we have. As we zoom this radar out just a little bit wider, I want to show you the storm tops, because to have some real intense thunderstorms, some real serious severe weather, you need to have storm tops about 45,000 feet or greater. We don't have that right now. That's why the severe weather situation, it's not a typical severe weather situation, one that we would see here in the springtime in North Texas, where we would have the potential for tornadoes that would have winds of 125, 130 miles an hour plus. These tornadoes are going to be more tropical in nature. They're not going to last long, and they're not going to be our typical springtime tornadoes, but they're certainly going to be strong enough that they could, without a doubt, create some serious damage. Tornadoes on the low end, we would think 95 to maybe 105 miles an hour, which that in itself will cause some serious damage anytime you have that type of tornado occur. But that's the potential that we have with a landfalling tropical system, and that's what's occurring right now in the southern portion of Tarrant County and also the northern portion of Johnson County. We're looking to the west right now of Dallas County, to the west of Collin County, and to the south of Denton County. All of these areas seeing thunderstorm tops of about 30 to 35,000 feet. We're getting several reports of lightning strikes in Johnson County. You can see right around just to the south west of you in Burleson. As we zoom in just a little bit here around Cleburne, Joshua seeing some lightning strikes, and we're not showing any rotation right now within this thunderstorm. That's another three-dimensional aspect of this radar that I wanted to show you. We're not getting any of those shear markers. You've seen those spinning circles that I put on the map anytime we have rotation, not only aloft, but rotation also at the surface with these thunderstorms. But what we're seeing right now is a quick spin up of a funnel cloud. We haven't had any reports. The funnel cloud has stayed aloft. The funnel cloud has not reached the ground. Anytime that funnel cloud touches the ground, that's at that moment, that's when technically we have a tornado on our hands. That has not happened. We've had several reports from local officials right now telling us that they have seen funnel clouds, but we have had no reports of a tornado. Funnel clouds, part of the process of a developing tornado, but at this point we don't have any of that occurring. Burleson, Joshua, on up into, and we can lift this up a little bit more three-dimensionally. There's the city limits of Fort Worth, just to the north, of course, of Burleson. Here's Benbrook in southern, really southwestern Tarrant County. And as we put this back down into a two-dimensional view, it'll give you more of a view that you're accustomed to taking a look at, even though storms develop, of course, in three-dimensional in nature. But we're watching this thunderstorm as we put a storm track moving to the north at about 20 miles an hour. Let's do it from the Johnson-Tarrant County line, because I want you to know when it's going to arrive in downtown Fort Worth. Rain is falling right now in downtown Fort Worth. And is it Troy Bush that's up in the helicopter today? Troy, tell me where you are right now and what you're seeing at this moment, if you will, please.
We're about, from our present position, we're about 11 miles from the edge of this. So we'll go as far as we can. Looks like we have to go southeast for quite a ways to get around it, almost to Cedar Creek Lake. There's a gap down there to come up behind it, or we can just press on from where we are now.
Oh, okay, so Troy, right now Troy is, of course, he is southeast bound. He is heading over toward the Dallas-Tarrant County line, so he can stay, obviously, at a safe distance, which is always our top priority. But he's going to get over on the east side of the storm and see if he can see any rotation aloft. In Dallas County and the eastern portion of Tarrant County, we're just seeing some light rain right now. We're certainly not seeing any severe weather, but we're just seeing some light rain right now. But this thunderstorm, and this is the area that Troy is. He's heading down towards Joe Pool, down toward Mansfield. He's going to come in this direction. So he's heading to the southeast. He's going to then fly off to the west so he can try to look a little bit behind that thunderstorm and try to get into that area of rotation. That's what Troy's doing right now in the helicopter. But if you live in Crowley at 318, that's when this storm's going to arrive there. At Everman at 329, Forest Hill at 337, Fort Worth at 347, Haltom City at 401. Now that's if this thunderstorm holds together and rotation is still a possibility. Blue Mound at 411 and Watauga at 412. Let's go to our Tarrant County. It's our downtown Fort Worth tower cam. And as we take a look at that downtown Fort Worth tower cam and we look off to the south, I want you to know that what we're going to focus in on is any rotation within that thunderstorm. And again, right now it's not a very well defined circulation. It's pretty broad circulation, and it's not quite strong enough right now for an additional warning. But what we are watching is additional circulation not only in Tarrant County and northern Johnson County, but we're going to continue to keep an eye on the thunderstorm that may have spawned a couple of funnel clouds. We did have a couple of reports. Doppler radar did detect a developing tornado. It was very near Crowley. It was moving to the north at 25 miles an hour. These tropical systems, I mentioned Hermine, these tropical systems many times can produce very brief tornadoes with very, very little warning. Right now, that tornado warning for Johnson County and Tarrant County has expired. That severe thunderstorm that we were looking at, it had a
This is
little
moving
bit of
right
rotation.
at us too,
That's
so
what prompted the tornado
great.
warning. That has now weakened. Just remember, these tropical systems, that many times they can produce brief tornadoes with little warning. Additional tornado warnings may be needed throughout this afternoon, so I want you to stay alert as we head through this afternoon. And I'm right now, as we take a look at the radar, I'm also watching what's going on up in Tarrant County, not Tarrant County, but up in Collin County. That's what I'm focusing in on right now, is what's going on in McKinney, because I'm also getting some broad circulation. It's not strong enough yet for a tornado warning in McKinney. Again, we're having some reports of some lightning. I'm not getting any Doppler radar indicated rotation aloft, no rotation at the surface. But this is, I believe, what we're going to see as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon. Broad circulation, nothing that is unusually intense, but as we head through the afternoon, then into the evening hours, we'll start to get a little bit of rotation. And as we get a little bit of rotation here within these thunderstorms, it doesn't take much. You can get a brief spin up of a tornado. That's what's going to continue to occur as we head through the remainder of the afternoon. Let's zoom this out. Let's take a look at that south central view that I have on there, Adam. And as we take a look at the view, I want you to know that what's taking place is we have down around San Antonio and Houston. We have San Antonio and Houston. What's taking place is that's where the remnants of. Can you guys flip that one on right there for me? Somehow the power went off. But what's taking place is the circulation of what's left of Tropical Storm Hermine is down around San Antonio and Austin. It's just to the southwest of Austin and to the northwest of San Antonio. So we're going to continue to see these spiral bands rotating through North Texas as we move through the afternoon hours and then also through the evening. So we're going to continue to keep you updated as we head through this one. The tornado warning for Tarrant and Johnson County, that has now expired. That expired at 3:15. If we have additional tornado warnings, we will certainly be here immediately and give you updates on that. Let me give you the tornado watch map that we have, because we do have a tornado watch that is in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. That tornado watch is in effect from Hood County on over toward Johnson and Ellis County and locations to the south. That tornado watch in place until 8 o'clock tonight. That's where we have the watch. Now we also have the flash flood watch. That's in effect until Thursday morning. That's for most of North Texas. It does not include East Texas, but that tornado watch is in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. The flash flood watch is in effect until...
Here we go, another tornado watch.
That's when the flash flood watch stays in effect. Otherwise, as we continue to keep an eye on things, we watch the tornado watch, the flash flood watch, and
Tornado watch number 647 remains in effect until 8 p.m. and now includes the following counties in Texas: Dallas, Denton, Parker, Tarrant, and Wise.
There we are.
A tornado watch means that conditions are favorable.
We are under that tornado watch, folks. Texas Convection is now in alert mode because of the tornado watch and of the tornado warnings that are in Tarrant and Johnson counties. Those have since expired, but now we have this tornado watch that's in effect. This means that any tropical funnels that do form can reach to the ground. Again, a tornado will be produced if the funnel does reach the ground. That's common sense, folks. But again, tornado watch is now in effect for for Denton, Dallas, Tarrant, Collin, Parker, and Wise, I think. We have to go back to the video and look at that again. But again, tornado watch for Wise County. That's a certain bet. So, live TV isn't being preempted. As you can see, Dr. Oz, the gay man's on here. But anyway, tornado watch is in effect now for Wise County until 8 p.m., I think.